Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary, and in today's video we are finishing up the cottage that we was working on, the fairy cottage that we started in part 1, where we had got this far. Now we're going to go ahead and finish it up. So where we left off at was where we were going to put the door in place, and I'm going to go ahead now and turn my camera down so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I got my camera turned down, and we're going to go ahead and put the door in place. And I went ahead and put the little zigzag pattern on my door, and now we're just going to go ahead and fill this part in down here with the craft stick, and that I mentioned that you're going to need in part 1. So we're just going to go ahead and cut the ends off and measure, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark where I need to cut. And I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue here. Grab a glue stick. And I'm just going to go ahead and mark and cut. Put a little bit of glue down, stick that in place, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut the ends off, and that's all we're doing is just cutting and measuring and gluing into place. So I'm going to take my shears, and I'm just going to cut that end off, and there we go. And we're going to go ahead and cut here. So basically all I'm doing is just cutting my popsicle sticks down the sides, and then I'm just gluing them in place how I want them to be, like this. Stick that there. We're going to put that here, and we have a little bit of a gap that's right here, but all you have to do is take a little stick that I have here, and I'm just gonna I got one that's a little bit smaller, and I'm just gonna cut this here, mark it there, cut it off here. My camera has this little crazy little funky light to it. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing, because I just happened to look up at my camera and see that it's got this little yellow tint thing going on. But hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue down off in there, and we're just going to stick that right in there, just like this. And this is our door. And now we're going to go ahead and take a little piece of stick that I have here, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Actually, I'm not going to use this one. We're going to use this one. So I'm just going to cut a little off, and I'm just going to grab it, my glue, just put a little bit there, And we're just going to stick this right down on it. Here's the door, all done, right here. And I'm going to lay this down, and we're just going to go ahead and place this door where we want it to be before I stick it into place. That's fine. So we're just going to take the door out, put a generous amount of hot glue on the back. And we're just going to go ahead and stick this right down where we want it to be. There's our door that's in place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and finish our roof. So I already got my sticks cut here, and y'all see me cut that in part 1. So we're just going to go ahead now and stick these into place. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I will do it again. If you are a child and you are going to be making this craft, please get adult supervision before messing with anything hot or sharp. Hot glue is very hot, and it will burn you. Grab me a glue stick, stick that in there, go ahead and put my other ones into place, just like this. And we got one more. So put our little glue there, stick this into place, just like that. And I'm just gonna get the, and this is what we have here. Now I've already went ahead and did my little fairy sign. For this one I had a bigger sign in the bold black letters, but I did not have that, and I did not want to run up to Walmart just for that. So I used some stickers that I've already had on hand that that I put Fairy Cottage on, and we're just gonna go ahead and take that, and I'm facing it towards me so I can see what I'm doing, and we're just gonna go ahead, put a some glue on here. And we're just going to go ahead, and I'm going to wipe some of that off, and we're just going to stick our sign on just like this. And I'm going to hold it here for a minute and let it dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue in the back just for some assurance that this does not come off, which it's not going to. But, and here is the fairy sign up, our fairy cottage up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our finish off our porch, which we're just going to cut popsicle sticks and line them in the inside. So I'm going to grab some popsicle sticks, craft sticks, or whichever you prefer, whichever you call them. I call them craft sticks. Oh, my lighting is so off. What happened? I'm not sure what's going on with the lighting, y'all. I hope y'all are able to see this, because my lighting is just, I don't know. I think it's because it's early. It's in the morning, and I usually film in the evening, so that could be playing a big part in all of this, but I don't know. So basically what I'm doing is the same way I did these. I am just cutting craft sticks and putting glue on them and then just laying them in place, because that is the easiest way that I can think to do it. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'll turn it this way so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So I have to turn that just around just for a minute because I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're just going to cut a little bit of this off. So basically what I'm doing is I took this craft stick, I cut it down the size, and then I'm just going to stick it in here like that. It's right here, and then we're just going to glue it into place. So just going to put a little bit of glue, hot glue on here. I'm going to turn this around, and we're just going to stick that into place. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to stick my craft sticks into place. And just like everything else, you want to cut, you want to measure, then cut, and then secure it into place, which is what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. I'm just putting my last little piece in on this side. So we have that there. Now we're going to start with the other side. Actually, I'm just going to cut that there. Nope, that's okay. So we got that. I'm going to pull this out. Oh, I hate those little strings of glue. Oh. I need to move this out of my way. So, yeah. So basically what I'm doing now is I needed a smaller piece to cut here. So I needed to fill this in here. So I'm just going to grab this and cut another small piece. Alright, and we're just going to go ahead and pop this into place. And try not to burn your fingers like I've done several times. Alright, and that's what this side looks like once it's all filled in over here. And now we're going to go ahead and do this side here. And we're just going to cut a little more off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to go ahead and save some time and cut all of these down to size. glue. And then we're just going to put some glue on the back. And I'm just going to stick this into place. Then here we go. I'm going to do a little bit here. And we're just going to stick this right next to it. And we're just lining them up basically. I'm just going to grab my, stick this down in here. This. And then we're going to take our other piece and we're just going to do the same. We're just going to cut this one here. Oh, there. And then we're going to glue this into place. And this is what we have. Now we're just going to go ahead and do this part right here. And like always, you're going to mark and cut, because that way, you know, you're not just guessing like I was doing earlier. All right. Alright, I'm going to hold my hand in there, and we're going to go ahead and mark this. And I'll just cut off several, because I'm not sure how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to cut. And for those who asked me, I'm not going to paint this. I'm going to leave it natural. Because when I do my craft shows, I don't paint any of my wood projects. I leave them natural. That way my customers, if they choose to, they can paint them themselves. So that way, if they buy it, they can make it their own. So I leave the painting up to them. That one's a little longer than I want it to be, so I'm going to cut some off of it. There we go. And then we're just going to stick that right back down on there. I'm just peeling some of the glue off because I, again, pulled it up before it was fully dry. So I had to take it off. Let's see here. Cut a little bit of this off. Stick that there. And one more. And I need to mark it. And then we'll go ahead and put that into place. And we have that part all done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stick my flower pots into place. And I got these little buckets at a garage sale. So not real sure where you can find them, but you can use bottle caps, anything else you want for the buckets. And I use artificial flowers, but I'm not going to stick any in here because all you have to do is cut the flowers down and stick them into place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did the window, and we'll be done. Because the parts that we have up here, you're going to do that the exact same way that you did, but I think for this one I want to leave this part bare instead of putting this the sticks in here like I did. I think I'm just gonna leave it out, because this one I'm gonna be taking to my trade day sale with me, and this one I am going to keep. So yeah, this is gonna be mine. So what I did for the window, I just took the large jumbo popsicle stick, not the medium but the large, and I just cut it. And I'm going to do two. There we have that. And I am going to grab my paintbrush and some yellow paint, because I used this for this was for my window. So I wanted it to look like there was a light on. So all I'm doing is basically taking this paint and I am just going to brush some yellow paint on. And we're going to let this dry. And anybody that works with acrylic paint knows that this stuff dries very fast. And you can get it at Walmart for 50 cents. And I go through a lot of paint and I buy a lot. So I think I may ask for paint for Christmas because I use a lot of it. Okay, we're going to let those dry. And I'm going to go ahead and set that over here, right? And we're going to put this up. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to move this over here. We're just going to set this out of the way, and we're going to work on the framing of the window, which you see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little skinny sticks that we have here, and this is going to be the border. So we're going to go ahead, take our pencil, and we're going to mark. And I'm going to go ahead and put a layer of glue down. Stick it here. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to stick that there. And we're going to mark it. And we're going to cut. Mark here, put a little down here, and then we're going to go ahead and stick that right here. This is what we have so far. Oh my goodness, my lighting, I can't stand it. It's like, I don't know, it's like jumping in and out of focus for some reason. Okay, There we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and frame in the bottom part of this, which you can do it either or, and I'm going to stick mine in the middle. So we're just going to cut right there. Stick it here like that. Drop a glue, put a layer of glue down, stick this into place, and then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to stick that there, cut it here, a little bit of glue, stick this down off on there like this, and I am going to take another piece and we're just going to stick this down off in the middle. So cut it here. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down off in there. I'm just going to drop that down in there. Cut off a little more. Put a little bit of glue there. And then I'm just going to cut. And then this is just going to be the window. And I need to just take a little bit off. Stick this down. Plop that in there. And there's your little window. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this flat so I can see about where I want my window to be. This looks fine. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back and we're just going to stick this right here. And this is what we have, the window, and I'm going to do the other side. So we're just going to cut. Measure 2. Stick them down into place. Like that. Do the same thing to the other side. Stick that down here like this. Clean off your extra glue if you have any. And now we're going to do the insides. So I'm going to cut about right here. Perfect. I'm going to stick that down off in here. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're just going to cut, measure, right there like that. Cut it right there. Put a little bit of glue down on the inside. Stick that there. And now cut it. And I'm just going to put some glue down off the middle. And I need to add another glue stick before I do the next part. So got a glue stick. Stick that in there. And grab me another stick. And we're going to go ahead and finish it off. Just going to put a little bit down in there. And this is what we have. And I'm going to lay this down because I need to make sure that it's lined up with the other window. Okay, put some on back. Stick that down on here. And there we have it. Last thing we're going to do, and then we'll be done, is we're going to put the butterfly wind chime in that we have here. I just made that out of a sticker, so we're just going to hang that, move that out of the way. And I got these little butterfly stickers at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to peel it, and I just need this part here. So I am going to take my scissors and cut this off. So we're just going to go ahead and remove this part. And now I'm going to trace around this butterfly because I want it to be a little smaller. So I'm just going to cut out along the trace of this, like this. Because otherwise my butterfly would be too big, and I don't need it to be bigger than what it actually has to be. So I'm just going to cut this down the size. And here it is. Now I have this chain, and it's from an old necklace. And I'm going to just use this. And I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit of glue on the back of this, like this. And I'm going to take my chain, and I'm just going to stick that down on in there, like this. And I'm going to hold it there. And I'm just going to put a little bit more, just for added security so it don't fall. So this is what you're going to end up with, like this. And then I am going to go ahead, and what I did next was I took a popsicle stick. I cut the end off, one of the small ones, like this. I glued it. I took the chain and I glued it to the back of the stick. So we're just going to go ahead and stick this right on there, just like this. And then we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this, and we're just going to stick it. So I'm going to take this, put some hot glue right on top of that chain, very carefully, stick that up in there just like this, and hold it. And there you have it. And now I can move all of this stuff out of the way because I'm done with it. And this is, here they go. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Like I said, I'm sorry about this being in 2 parts, but I had to do it that way because otherwise the video would have been really long. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me go ahead and turn my camera back up so y'all can see me. So yeah, this is part 2 and we finished it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see me do any other type of video, please let me know in the comment box below. If you want to ask me any questions, you can do so in the comment box below, and I will answer them. I always try to answer. If you want me to do another Q&A, ask me some questions, or, you know, whatever. Just let me know. And, yeah, once again, thanks for coming and watching part 2 of the Fairy Cottage. So with that being said, I hope you all have a nice day. And once again, thanks for watching my videos. Bye.